Michael Phelps is one of America's brightest stars in competitive swimming. This age group standout turned world champion has developed a style and competitive focus which has captivated the swimming world since he burst onto the international scene in August of 2000. Michael joined the world-famous North Baltimore Aquatic Club at the tender age of 7, and under the guidance of Coach Bob Bowman, has made an incredible climb to the top of his sport. He's known for his versatility, posting world-class times in all strokes and distances. He's known for his tenacious competitive nature and his unrelenting pursuit of his performance goals. As a 15-year-old, Michael shocked the sporting public by qualifying for the 2000 U.S. Olympic team. He was the youngest member of the U.S. delegation to Sydney and continued to impress by dropping his personal record in the 200-meter butterfly during each of his 3 Olympic swims. He finished 5th in the finals and established himself as a major player in butterfly competition. 6 months later, at the U.S. Nationals in Austin, Texas, Michael Phelps made history when he shattered the world record for the 200-meter butterfly and became the youngest male swimmer in history to set a world mark. At the 2001 World Swimming Championships, Michael won his first international medal and again lowered the 200 fly world record. He then returned home to win national championships in the 100 butterfly and the 200 individual medley. To date, he has established over 30 USA national age group records. Even though Michael is hard at work preparing to take on the world in the individual medley, backstroke, and freestyle events, he's still most famous for his butterfly. His unique style features 3 distinct components: 1, line or posture; 2, rhythm or timing; and 3, energy, training techniques. This video will explore each of these components. Before we go to the pool, let's meet Michael Phelps and his coach Bob Bowman.
Hi, I'm Bob Bowman, and this is Michael Phelps, the youngest man ever to set a world record in swimming. Today, we're going to get to know Michael, find out what makes him tick, and take an in-depth look at his world-famous butterfly stroke. Michael, how did you get involved in swimming?
Well, I've always grown up around the pool, having 2 older sisters, both of them national level swimmers. I've always been poolside with them, watching them practices, meets, and I think when I was about 6 or 7, I decided to give it a shot and see what I could do.
You know, I understand that when you started swimming, you had a little trouble putting your face in the water.
I think so. I was a little scared, a little nervous about doing new things, and I definitely was a little scared, so I decided to start on my back, learning backstroke.
What do you enjoy most about swimming?
You have to work to get what you get, and you can't just go in and say, okay, I want to break a world record today, and go out tomorrow and swim in any meet you want to and break a world record. I think it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to get where you want to get, and I think that's saying a lot because you're achieving everything. And I think that's other sports, sometimes you just have a lot of, I guess, natural talent and you can just do anything you want, but in swimming you have to have both.
What's your greatest strength as a swimmer? What do you think is your best swimming quality?
I think I have a few. I love to race, I love to compete, I love, I guess, coming in and training every day. I would say probably what I like best is going in and competing against yourself or the clock or other competitors.
In what area do you think you could improve the most?
Turns are definitely a big thing I need to improve in. My breaststroke I need to improve in.
Yes.
Some specifics, and definitely dive.
When you were a young swimmer and you were swimming on your back in the stroke clinic and not getting your face wet, did you ever think that you might be a world-class swimmer?
You know, it's always been a lifetime dream for me to be a world-class swimmer, be an Olympian, be a world record holder. After, I guess, the work that I've put in over the past few years, I think it's sort of starting to pay off.
Who's your favorite sports figure?
I would probably say it's probably Morales. I've always looked up to him. I have autographs, shirts, posters hung up in my room, so I think he's probably one of the people that I really look up to just because he was a world record holder, he was Olympic gold medalist, and he was a butterflyer.
Before you race, what do you do to get yourself mentally ready?
I think a lot of different swimmers have different approaches to getting ready. The way that I get ready for a race, I have earphones on, cap and goggles, I'm fully clothed, and I try to block everyone else and whatever they're doing out.
Do you follow a special diet?
I don't really think I follow a special diet. I get all the nutrients that I need. My mom was a foods teacher. She sort of makes sure I have all my vitamins, minerals, fruits, vegetables, everything I really need to have a balanced diet. But I think with the amount of training that I do, I sort of want to just cram in whatever I can besides that.
What's your favorite food?
It's got to be ice cream.
What are your interests away from the pool?
I'm a regular 16-year-old kid. Every day I come in, I swim, but out of the pool, I go to my friend's house, my two best friends, Matt and Io. We sit there, play video games, play Xbox, PlayStation 2. Sometimes we'll shoot some hoops, listen to music, go to the movies, go to the mall. Whatever we really feel like doing.
How do you manage to balance schoolwork, training, and your other commitments?
I think you have to sort of be able to set your priorities straight, and once you have that, it's sort of easy to manage your time, and you always have goals for everything.
What are your top priorities?
Family, schoolwork, and swimming.
It's no secret that you plan to expand your event program over the next 4 years. Is the butterfly still your favorite stroke?
I think so, yeah. I think that definitely is our goal over the next few years, to sort of expand and have more opportunities to maybe do something special. And butterfly I think will definitely probably be my favorite stroke of all. It's definitely one of the hardest strokes, and you have to work very, very hard at it.
Now let's take a closer look at Michael's butterfly and the details which make it so fast. There are three main components of Michael's butterfly stroke. First, there's an element of body line or posture. Second is an element of rhythm and timing. And finally, we'll look at energy management and training. Notice that Michael's torso rides high on the surface of the water. His head is carried in a neutral position with a flat neck. The breath is taken with minimal lift of the chin or tilt of the head. This allows him to maintain a proper aquatic body line, which features a high hip position to minimize frontal resistance. Michael's back and torso remain mostly horizontal through all phases of the arm stroke. Excessive vertical motion wastes energy and increases resistance. It is important to realize that at the top ranges of racing speed, minimization of resistance takes priority over increases in propulsive force. Michael's arms move forward with elbows nearly straight and low over the water. He uses the action of the recovery to create forward momentum. Note the careful, soft entry of his hands into the water. They carry little air underwater, and they enter without upsetting the oncoming flow of water, which is created as the body is propelled forward. Michael transitions into the outsweep with minimal loss of velocity and quickly employs a high elbow catch position. His hands accelerate under his torso and sweep out just below his hips. Of special importance is the manner in which Michael releases the water prior to full extension of the elbows. By releasing the water at this point, Michael's hands can cleanly exit the water and get into the above water phase with little loss of velocity. The primary goal is to maintain proper alignment of the head, torso, and lower body so as to minimize resistance and encourage the transfer of energy through muscle elasticity and coordination. – Notice that Michael's powerful kick remains in the shadow of his body and doesn't reach so far below his body line as to create resistance. His feet pulse rhythmically and appear to hold water with remarkable effectiveness. They provide a point of balance and timing, which are the heartbeat of Michael Phelps' racing stroke. Rhythm and timing are key ingredients in proper butterfly swimming. Alternating sequences of tension and relaxation drive the swimmer through the water in a combination of biomechanical efficiency and metabolic power. If the timing of the breath, the arm stroke, and the body dolphin are correct, the swimmer will have maximum forward motion with minimum resistance. Let's take a look at Michael Phelps' butterfly and pay special attention to his rhythm and timing. The first thing that most people notice about Michael's butterfly is that he breathes every stroke except for the first strokes off the dive and after each turn. We feel that breathing rhythm is crucial in determining stroke efficiency, and Michael's every stroke breathing pattern is successful for several reasons. First, even though Michael takes his breath low to the water with minimal chin lift, his head does rise slightly while taking each breath. This small adjustment gives him more leverage to keep his extremely long torso in a proper posture. When he takes a non-breathing stroke, his hips tend to sink and he has to climb even higher on the next breathing stroke. Secondly, his rhythmic breathing allows for steady airflow and makes each stroke cycle identical, allowing for a more efficient action and less wasted motion. Michael takes his breath at the end of the arm stroke just before the hands exit the water. I like for Michael to remember that the head leads the hands. The head emerges for the breath before the hands exit the water, and the head submerges prior to the hand entry after the overwater phase. A common mistake made by swimmers is to hold the head up too long during the breath. This flaw destroys horizontal body position and upsets the timing of the arm stroke and the body dolphin. We often refer to the butterfly kick as the body dolphin to emphasize that the rhythmic action of the legs and feet find its origin in the body core. Kicking involves the torso as well as the legs and feet. Effective dolphin kicking is done with relaxed ankles, which hold the water and provide a point of balance and leverage for the swimmer. A continuous kicking action must be maintained so that the body remains correctly positioned on the surface of the water with hips near the surface. Michael, last October you became the youngest swimmer ever to become a professional when you signed an endorsement contract. What were the factors that led up to that decision?
I think there were a lot of options that I had, and the support team that I have, my family, my coach, we all sat down and we talked about the options that we had and sort of opportunity that we had at that point, and turning professional sort of was the big thing that we decided to do.
So you do plan to attend college?
Yes, I will attend college pretty much right out of high school, but I will, the only thing that really changed is I'll be staying home and training with my coach.
Has all the attention that you've received put any added pressure on you?
I think pressure can really be two different things. I mean, you can look at it as negative, as putting pressure on you, people have high expectations for you, but you can also look at it as a positive thing because you can get so excited, I think, with pressure, and maybe that'll help you do something better.
At the North Baltimore Aquatic Club, we use a variety of drills to work on timing and coordination in the butterfly stroke. Drills are an excellent way to break the stroke down into components and to target key areas for improvement. The first series of drills that we're going to do work on the body dolphin and its rhythmic timing. first drill Michael's going to perform for us is the side kick. And we're going to see him very much in a straight body line, working on posture. His head is going to be right on his shoulder with his ear down, and he's going to be kicking with equal rhythm to both sides. Michael has excellent flexibility in his ankles, and you'll see that he gets very good motion in the side body dolphin movement. Notice how Michael uses his entire body during this exercise. This drill is an excellent exercise for getting a feel for kicking on both the up and the down strokes of the kick. The reverse body dolphin is an excellent drill that we use quite a bit at the North Baltimore Aquatic Club. It builds core strength, promotes an awareness of body line, and is an excellent conditioner for our butterfly swimmers. The first variety of this drill that you'll see is Michael in a streamlined position on the surface. We try not to have the knees break the surface and to have very quick foot speed in both directions. Notice Michael's excellent streamlined position, and once again, his total body involvement in the exercise. Next, we'll see Michael doing the reverse body dolphin with his hands at his side. His chin will be slightly raised, and this will place greater emphasis on strengthening the core body muscles, which are so vital for an aquatic body posture. He'll break out streamline and bring his arms to his side. This is an excellent conditioner and really promotes fast foot speed and body rhythm. One of Michael's greatest strengths as a butterfly swimmer is that he maintains constant motion in the body dolphin throughout his swims of 200 meters. And this is one of the reasons why. He's very good at this drill. Underwater dolphin kicking or body dolphining has become almost a fifth stroke in swimming. It has revolutionized the butterfly and backstroke and now freestyle events, and is one of your most effective tools for building momentum off the start and the turns. We practice a great deal of underwater body dolphining in the streamlined position. It's very good kicking. He uses his whole body to propel himself with a very tight streamline and tight elbows. The body dolphin can also be performed in a vertical position, which really emphasizes foot speed and power. Michael uses a weight belt to add resistance to this exercise, and we really feel like it's helped him in his push-offs off the wall. butterfly places a tremendous energy cost on the swimmer. So it's very beneficial to use single arm or combination drills to work on technique and timing during training. Michael's going to demonstrate a variety of these drills which we use, and I think have very much helped his stroke. The first thing we're going to look at is a single arm drill with the elbow extended. Michael will take 3 arm strokes with the right arm and then switch to the left side with the elbow fully extended to get a feel for the overarm recovery movement and how it raises the body position in the stroke. We have the non-swimming arm in front to promote a feel for the body line, and we ask him to breathe to the side so that the timing is more similar to normal butterfly swimming. Every drill comes with a cost. If you're going to isolate one aspect of a swimming stroke for improvement, that often means that some other aspects may actually be hurt a little bit while you're doing it. And the next drill sort of underlines this point. He's going to do another single arm drill, but this time with the elbow bent, which is really not the way that he will swim in competition, but this drill will allow him to keep the flow of his body and focus on a clean hand entry, which we feel is one of the keys to his stroke. Notice how he knifes his fingers in the water with almost no splash. Michael carries very little air on his hands when they enter the water. You can really see Michael's high hip position, how his hips are very high when his hand enters, and how clean his arm stroke becomes after his fingers enter the water. The next drill we're going to do is a drill that we call 2, 2, and 2. Basically, Michael's going to take 2 right arm strokes, 2 left arm strokes, and 2 full strokes. And what this allows you to do is to work on each of the components and then add them together to get a feel for the whole stroke. But since you're only doing 2 strokes at one time, it's very tolerable and can be done over longer distances. This drill can be done with elbows bent or straight. Michael prefers to do it with elbows bent so he can really work on his clean entry. This is a very good drill for working on hand acceleration as well. The final combination drill we'll do is a single-double drill, where Michael will take a single arm stroke followed by a double arm full stroke. In this drill, we ask the swimmers to breathe only on the full stroke. Notice the nice steady rhythm that Michael uses in doing this drill. He's able to maintain very good consistency within the single and double arm strokes. Control of the torso and body can be developed with the following drills. What Michael will be doing in the triple kick is actually swimming whole stroke butterfly, but he'll add an extra kick at the hand entry, which will help him position the hips extremely high and allow him to stay right on the surface of the water as he does the drill. This is an excellent drill for developing body control because adding the extra kick forces the swimmer to deal with his torso and manage his body position better. The next drill to work on body positioning is called the best balance and distance drill, where the swimmer will achieve a stable position with their hips and body line on the surface of the water, and they will only take a stroke after they've achieved a very steady position with the body dolphin. Michael maintains excellent body control during this drill. You'll see his torso is very dry, his back is dry up on the surface, and his hands are sculling in front, feeling for water to start the next stroke. Stroke and time drills are an excellent way for the swimmer to manage his stroke length and swim at the highest level of efficiency. Our stroke and time drill for butterfly involves swimming a 50-meter distance and the swimmer counting their strokes. At the end of the 50 meters, we'll check their time against their stroke count, and our goal is to have the stroke count 10 less than their time. If the swimmer swims 30 seconds, the stroke count should be 20. Let's see how Michael does on a 50. Very nice. How many strokes? 18, 28, 2. Very good.
I think, in my opinion, the most important part about butterfly training is probably holding stroke and make sure you have good technique at all times. I think we try to work real hard, making sure my hips are always riding the surface and I have a strong kick. In practice, we also try to make sure our arms are as relaxed as possible and our hands enter the water very softly. I think the best way to train butterfly is always using excellent technique and making sure all of the key aspects of the stroke are perfect.
The third element of effective butterfly swimming is energy management. The double arm and leg movements in butterfly swimming call for tremendous amounts of power to be employed by the swimmer. Correct stroke timing and form can break down quickly under these energy demands. The North Baltimore Aquatic Club's butterfly training program is designed to condition the stroke while maintaining the integrity of the swimmer's technique. We use short repeat distances in our conditioning program. Michael performs 25, 50, 75, and 100-meter swims in his butterfly conditioning sets, which employ a combination of stroke control aerobic training with high-energy speed training at or near race pace. Michael will occasionally do repeats of 200 yards or more for variety, but the mainstay of his program is short repeat swims on short to moderate rest. We choose to do a majority of our training in short course yards or short course meter pools so that our swimmers can maintain excellent stroke mechanics during training. Short course training for long course competition allows the swimmers to swim on shorter rest intervals and maintain higher average stroke rates and pulse rates. Our work is endurance oriented. However, the daily training plan includes swimming at or near race speed with racing caliber stroke patterns at each session. Michael uses resistance training in the water to develop stroke-specific strength and power. He does pulling with various equipment, including pull buoys, hand paddles, rubber bands to tether the ankles, and small inner tubes. Most of Michael's pulling work is done in freestyle and enhances muscle endurance. Individual medley or stroke pulling is done without paddles to avoid overstressing the shoulders. The use of tethered swimming or kicking builds stroke-specific power. Overloading the arms or legs stimulates muscle fiber recruitment and explosive strength throughout the range of motion. Michael enjoys swimming against the stretch cord for power and then swimming back assisted by the cord. Assisted speed training gives the swimmer a feel of faster than race pace stroke movement and grooves neuromuscular firing patterns. Leg drive is crucial to butterfly swimming, and Michael uses many different kicking drills to build both power and endurance. Vertical kicking with weight develops foot speed and power. Reverse body dolphins strengthen the core body muscles and emphasize the upsweep of the kick. Board kicking builds endurance and rhythm into the leg action. Dryland training helps to build basic strength and fitness and helps prevent injuries. Our Dryland program is designed to improve core body strength while challenging the large muscle groups, which are the prime movers in the pool. The large muscle groups are the chest, back, and legs. Medicine balls, abdominal work, pull-ups, push-ups, jumping, and other leg exercises are the foundation of our exercise program. Take your mark. Go! Michael uses a track start, which allows him to react quickly to the starter's signal. Upon the command, take your mark, Michael will grab the front edge of the block with the toes of his left foot. He'll place his right foot at the rear of the block with the heel up. This helps to keep his center of gravity on the front edge of the block. He'll apply light pressure with his fingers and gently pull up on the front edge of the block. Upon the signal to go, he'll spring forward with his arms and get a good push off the front foot to enter the water with as much speed as possible. Go! Michael tries to enter the water at the lowest angle possible. The goal is to have the entire body enter through one hole in the water. Go! After cleanly entering the water, Michael initiates his powerful body dolphins to drive him forward and up to the surface. He takes his first stroke of the breakout without breathing to maximize his momentum from the start and minimize his chances of choking on water, which tends to be turbulent during the breakout phase. When performing the butterfly turn, pay attention to several key aspects. Number one, the swimmer must be accelerating into the wall. This will allow for maximum transfer of energy in the change of direction. As Michael approaches the wall, he builds speed and hits the touchpad with both hands at the fingertips. Immediately, he initiates the change of direction by pulling his knees to his chest, throwing his head straight back, and having his lead arm pulled back and down towards the bottom. The trail arm is placed directly below his ear, and the turn is performed in one movement. It is important that all the swimmer's air be exhaled prior to touching the wall so that a quick breath may be taken during the turn. Once the turn is made, the feet should leave the wall and immediately begin the body dolphin technique. This will allow for maximum speed off the turn and generate momentum for the important breakout stroke. Michael takes his breakout stroke just at the surface so that his body line is horizontal when he makes the first movement with his arms. This technique minimizes frontal resistance and allows for maximum transfer of power into the swimming portion of the race. When finishing a butterfly race, finish with a full stroke. Time the finish so that there's little room to glide and decelerate. Michael starts judging his finish between 5 and 10 meters from the wall. This gives him time to adjust his strokes to the proper length. Remember to keep driving your legs into the finish and keep your head down until your fingertips have solidly hit the touch pad. We feel that it is better to glide longer and kick into the wall than to take a short stroke close to the wall and jam the finish. Michael, you've enjoyed a lot of success over your swimming career, but you've also enjoyed your share of failures. When things don't go the way you want them to, either in a practice or in a swimming meet, what do you do to get yourself back on track and keep moving forward?
You know, I set goals for myself. I think I have a few different types of goals. I have goals I set for practices, goals I set for meets that are coming up, goals I set for the end of each season, long course and short course season, and goals that I set 4 years from now or 3 years from now. And I think always having those in your mind and working towards something and knowing that you're doing something in practice that's going to help you get there, I think that's what really keeps me motivated.
So if you had a short-term failure or you didn't swim a time you wanted to in a certain meet, you'd get yourself back on track by focusing more on your long-term goal and realizing that this is a process of ups and downs,
yes.
Just like anything else.
Definitely. Everyone succeeds and everyone fails, but the true question is, are you going to get back up and try harder?
What was it like to represent your country in the Olympic Games?
It was an honor, definitely, on my part, because coming from the greatest swimming nation in the world, I think it was just definitely an honor to go over there and say I represented the United States in the best sport.
What was your favorite part about that trip?
I think going out of the country was probably my favorite part, since I've never been out of the country before then, and I guess really starting to get to know everybody and sort of in the team environment, how everyone's looking out for each other, everyone's encouraging each other. I think that was the main thing that I learned from that experience.
Michael, you finished 5th place in your first Olympic Games as the youngest U.S. Olympian. Were you disappointed with that?
I was disappointed because my goal going in was to medal, and I didn't. I was 5th. But I was very satisfied with how I swam because that was the best I could do at that point. And since it was the Olympics and that was the biggest meet in swimming that you can reach, I think it's good to have that under my belt so young. So if I go to World Champs, Pan Pacs, any other meet, I know sort of what to expect.
We hope that you've enjoyed getting to know more about Michael and our style of butterfly swimming.
Thanks for watching. I hope you picked up some tips. Remember, have a positive attitude and always try your best.